Hello and welcome back to another AU Connect training video. In this training, we'll be covering how to run elections for your club or organization through AU Connect. One thing that's really important to note before we get started on this is that you want your organization to have an updated roster before we start an election. The reason that that's important is that when you start an election through your organization, only the current members of your organization as listed on the roster can vote on the election or be candidates in the election. So if those people aren't on your AU Connect page, you need to do that ahead of time before you start your election process. So we're going to start like we have been. We're going to go over to my sidebar on the left here and go down to the AU Connect management team for the purpose of this video. And we're going to select elections from that little settings wheel. So this is going to take me to my elections homepage. I have one that I've already started here, and we'll use this for the purpose of this video. So when I go into my example election 2023, we'll see that this election is inactive. That means that nobody will be able to see this election until you've made it active. This is helpful for editing it before you send it out to all the members of your organization, just to make sure that it works correctly and that all the options are where you want them to be. If we scroll down a little bit, we see that we can start and end our election on a particular date and time. I recommend giving anywhere between a couple days to a week to for your members to vote in elections. This is a really useful tool because it'll automatically, once you make it active, it'll automatically open at 2:30 on June 6th, as this one is saying, and close the week after that at 2:30, giving them an entire week to vote. It's also important to note that we have this checked that only allow users listed on the roster of the organization to vote. If not, it will post this publicly and anybody can vote on this ballot. So back up at the top, we're going to click over to ballots and we can create a ballot for the presidency. So it gives us a little note here that if general access is enabled, all users that we've made this ballot available to will be able to complete it. And if you disable it, you can create your own eligibility list. So we want to keep that enabled so that we can provide a link to people to vote on that ballot. So from here, we're going to use the radio button list because this only allows a single answer to a question, but it gives you multiple choice. So our question text is president, and if we're electing in 2023, this person will serve in 23-24. So we're going to make two options for the presidency, and then we're going to make an option to abstain. That could be if the person running in the election is voting for the other positions, they can abstain from voting on their own position. Anything that gives them an exemption, really. So then we can see that I can choose person 1, person 2, or abstain from voting on that one. And then if we go back to ballots up in the top left over there, we can create a second ballot. Same question, we want to leave it enabled. And this one we'll name Vice President. You can assign titles to the positions of your club as you see fit. And if you want to create custom titles for those positions, you can do so through the roster management. And if you need help with that, we can always help in the CSI. And then just going through this one more time. And then we can go back to ballots and we'll see that we have both the ballot for the president and the vice president there. Once this goes live, we can see election results through the results tab. And This tab, Publishing Options, will give you the election link to send to your club members, which you can do through a message relay or just through your Alfred University email. As we've mentioned multiple times, if you have any questions about any of these training videos, please feel free to contact myself, Maggie Weiss, or Eliza Ordway in the Center for Student Involvement, and we can help work any of these issues out that you may have. Thanks for watching.